Hey, how's it going, everybody? It has been a minute since I've been on, and there's good reason for it. Just want to share it with you. Hey, how's it going, everybody? Okay, I'm just checking the audio because last time I did, it was in crazy echoey stuff. So let me know if that changes. It's working currently, which is awesome. So let me just, I accidentally closed it. Get it back up. Crazy. Okay, so what is up, everybody? Happy Monday or happy Tuesday. Hope you're having an incredible day. I wanted to just hop on here and I just tell you a little bit about my day, but like I have something cool that today symbolizes. But first off, I just want to give a shout out to my boy, Jay Altman. Thanks, Jay, for our session today. He is my entrepreneur success coach. He's been helping me really identify and get clarity on where I'm at, gaining clarity on where I want to be in the next 90 days. And now we're like putting everything together on how to actually get there. So super great. I'm honored and privileged to be one of his clients and stuff. He's a good dude, and I can't wait to hang out with you next month. Next month. In 2 days, it's next month, and stuff. But I wanted to talk about today. Today is Liesl and I's 17th wedding anniversary, and super exciting. And I don't know how she's stuck with me this long, but I want to talk about what things I've learned over the last 17 years, and then also how some of those lessons translate into business and life lessons and all that kind of stuff. Okay, so with that said, how about we jump in? Let's get started. Okay, what's up, everybody? So I wanted to just share this. It's just a good day. Today is 17 years of marriage, celebrating that with Liesl, and super cool. And I'll get into that in just 1 second. But I wanted to just say I've been sort of less visible over the last week. I had a lot of stuff going on last week. I had a soccer tournament for Ewan, and just I was filming and like all sorts of stuff. Just made it difficult to go live. But I also did that on purpose and didn't go live for a couple of reasons. One, I wanted to, it's an experiment for me so that I can better empathize with people who haven't been in the habit of doing it all day or every day for the last year and a half, right? I've been going live pretty much every day for the last almost 18 months. And it's easy for me to say, it's easy to do. So by getting out of the habit a little bit, I wanted to do that so that I could learn and understand your guys' pain points and things like that when it comes to going live when it's not a habit for you. But then also I wanted to do a test to see how the engagement and numbers with viewership and all that kind of stuff are affected when you have a break. Again, so that I can better teach and instruct and help my pupils understand as they go through the Facebook Live secrets. So there's that. I have so many lessons that I learned last week that I will be sharing in my lives over the next, however long it takes to get through all of them. But I hope you guys have been well and crushing it. It's been fun to see the people in the Facebook Live Secrets, this first group that are just like doing it and going live and learning things and sharing breakthroughs, and it's super cool. So I'm honored to be a witness to that and to be a facilitator of that for them, and I'm looking forward to doing that for you guys too. So okay, now to the fun, right? Today is Liesl and I's wedding anniversary. 17 years ago today, we got married up in Salt Lake City. 2 kids. I was 22 years old. She was 21 years old. Full of life experience. Just 2 youngsters starting out. And over those 17 years, I have made lots of mistakes. I have, as a husband, I have made lots of mistakes in general as well. More than I could ever count. But, oh man. I want to talk about some of those lessons. And the purpose of this is to help you guys, and again, for myself, one, for posterity's sake, but then also to show you guys that there are lessons that we can all learn from our experiences. What's up, Aaron? How are you, brother? So good to see you. I'm going to throw up. Yes, he is here finally. Good to see you. I'm looking forward to Thursday. It's going to be awesome. So with today being the anniversary, here are a few lessons that I have learned as a husband, as a father, and as an entrepreneur that I feel all of you guys would benefit from. So whether you're single or married or in a relationship, whether you're starting out your entrepreneurial journey or you've been in it for a while, whether you're a parent or not, these lessons and these thoughts and these ideas translate and apply. Okay? So Aaron says I need marriage advice always. Let me get my wife. Oh, Aaron, I love you, brother. It's been a while, and I'm just so excited to hang out with you in a couple days. So, the first major lesson that I have learned through 17 years of marriage is to be present. And what does that mean? When you are going out on a date, or when you are out or sitting in the living room watching a movie, be present. It's one thing to be there and have your butts in the chair and not be, and just to physically be there. But present means you're engaged mentally and emotionally as well. We don't go on dates. We don't spend our time like this, sitting across the table or sitting on the couch watching a movie together. That's not being present. Okay. Now, how does that translate to entrepreneurship? How many of us are present with our audiences? How many of you guys are present with your audiences? How many of you guys are just going through the motions, who may physically be there or whatever? You have your digital presence, but are you actually present? Are you engaged? Now, what I mean by that is, how do you be present virtually with online marketing or with Facebook groups and things like that? Engaged, commenting, having discussions, paying attention to what your people and what your followers and what your tribe is doing, and then studying and finding the ways that you can help them navigate that. That is one thing. 17 years, and I've not been perfect at this, you guys. It's a struggle for real to be present and engaged at all times. Especially since I was 28 years old when I got my first cell phone. Can you believe that? I waited that long to get a cell phone. I hated it. I didn't want a cell phone. I wanted to be in control of when and where people could contact me, as opposed to having it in my pocket and people could call me whenever, wherever I was. But like my cell phone has become a huge distraction at times, and it keeps me from being present all the time. But that's something that we work on. As entrepreneurs, we use this as a tool, not as a crutch, right? We can go live. We can broadcast our message to the world. We can connect and communicate and negotiate deals with people all around the world through our phones. We can also play Candy Crush and Angry Birds and all sorts of time-wasting games for far too long. I'm not opposed to, unplugging the brain for a little bit and letting it just have some mindless time. But there are struggles with that. And if you do it too much, then it's just not fun. So lesson number one is be present. When you engage and you listen and you comment and all those kinds of things with your significant other, with your audience, with your customers, good things happen. They are happier. You understand them better. You can serve them better. You understand and know their language, their voice, all of those things. And then you can go to work and give benefits to them and as well as have them for yourself, right? So number one is be present. And that goes with parenting as well, right? The principle applies. The number two lesson that I learned, the biggest lesson that I've learned, is when you have a family, when you have a wife, a kids, those kinds of things, they are always priority number one. Yes, there are times when your focus is on other things, but like if I'm like working on building something and like William comes in like 4 or 5 times asking if I can play, I'm gonna stop and I'm gonna go play. Like that's never going to change, right? And so when it comes to my business is important to me, yes. My family is the most important thing to me. And everything that I do, this goes back to what Jay and I, some of the stuff that Jay and I were talking about in our session earlier today, that my ultimate why I do things is to be able to provide and give them choices, options, and the things and the opportunities that they deserve, that I feel that they deserve, and the ones that I want them to be able to have. And there are going to be times when I'm going to spend my time with them as opposed to pulling an all-nighter or things like that. There's nothing wrong with pulling all-nighters. I do that. I do that here and there. I don't do it as often as I used to because I ran hard down that road a few times and it was like detrimental to my health and all those kinds of things as well. Okay? So having your priorities. Priorities are the most important part, especially when you have a business. Aaron says he doesn't have a game on his phone. Too much time wasting temptation for me. A man has to know their limitations, right? So priorities. What's up, Nate? Good to see you, brother. How are you? So that is like priorities. You have to know your priorities. And if you have a spouse or a significant other or family, whatever it might be, whatever your situations are, you need to communicate those priorities with them. Okay? And, for me, again, like nothing will ever come before my family. And that's just never going to happen. I've had that happen a few times in my life where I put my business activities and other activities, honestly, ahead of my family. And it was not good. I will never go back to that again. Like years ago, back when I was a financial advisor, one of my partners and things like that. What's up, Melissa? How are you? Thanks for hopping on. It's been a while. Hope you're doing well. But like I put my business and my financial practice ahead of my family. Because I was encouraged to do that by people in my firm. And all they ended up doing was using my hard work to further their own thing. And it was just a huge mess and it strained relationships at home. It was just not cool. Okay? So I'm not saying that you have to put your family first. I'm just giving you an example of mine, right? And whatever you choose, you need to know your priorities. You need to write them down. You need to be bought into them. And you need to communicate them. Because with other people, if they don't understand your priorities and they have no idea what your priorities are, then like they might feel upset or neglected or things like that. And it's just not good. Bad things happen and it just makes things more difficult. So whatever your priorities are, identify them and communicate them. That's the hard part. If you have I've been okay at communicating those kinds of things with Liesl and with the kids and things like that. I've gone through and said, hey, I'm really having to do a whole lot of work right now, so I'm going to be in my office a lot, and I might get cranky because I'm tired and things like that. So that they know that if they come in and I'm not in a great mood, or if the doors in my office are closed and the lights are on and I'm filming, and they know that they can't come in, that they don't think that I'm shutting them out, that they don't think that I'm alienating them, and things like that. Okay? So, lesson number 1 is be present. Lesson number 2 is have your priorities identified and communicate those. Okay? Nate says, it's not a recipe for success. We all are guilty of it to some degree, right? And all of us, we have our challenges. We have challenges placed upon us by the choices of others as well. And sometimes just things happen, right? But the best thing we can do is to have those priorities and to communicate them as best as we possibly can. Okay? So just like Aaron says, pre-frame the tough times coming. Like that has been huge for me. My family, we're on summer break, right? They're out of school and all these kinds of things, but they understand that I got this course. I have 21 people going through it right now, and that I need to get everything in there and give them everything that I have for these next couple of weeks so that I can get them all the content that they can go and change their lives and change their business. And that spending those couple of weeks with my head down, going like crazy, that they will see the financial blessings and payoff soon. When we are going to go to Disneyland. That's one of the things I said as this course takes off is that we're going to go to Disneyland as a family. We haven't been for like 5 years, so we're going to do that, right? So again, when you can pre-frame and communicate the priorities, and sometimes our priorities shift. Like we have to, like right now, it's all about Facebook Live Secrets and getting all of the modules filled up. And everything, so that then I can help these people go through it, but then also sell it again and open it up to more people. Okay, but that's not always going to be my priority, right? I'm going to bust my butt for a few weeks, but then that becomes evergreen and it does its own thing. Okay, so have your priorities and communicate them. I'm going to grab a drink. Is that making sense so far? Are those two pieces, 2 lessons learned? Are they worth it? Be present in your relationships with your family or significant others, but also with your clients and your fan base and your followers, and then also to have your priorities identified and be super clear in communicating what those are. What's up, Chris Fresh? How are you, brother? Thank you for all the love, Ron. Appreciate it. Okay, so the next lesson that I have learned through 17 years of marriage, celebrating our anniversary today. After this, I'm going to go get all spiffed up and showered, and we're going to go out. So, next lesson learned. What's up, Chris? Good to see you, brother. The next lesson that I have learned is to never quit. Ever. To never quit. Okay? When marriage is tough, life is tough, business is tough. And, it's just one of those things that that's life. Life is just tough. And when you are with somebody for a while, you get into habits and routines and things like that. And you have roles. My role primarily has been to be the provider, to work. I have been working and all that stuff since we got married. Before we had kids, Liesl worked full time as well. And then once we had kids, once we had Chloe, she made the choice to stay home with Chloe and raise our kids. And that was not something mandated by me. I wasn't like, me man, you woman, like that kind of thing. It was a choice that she made, and I supported that. And so I went to work to provide for the family. She provided for the family on the home front and like saved our lives so many times because she's amazing. Throughout my journey, like I shared this, I've been a paper boy. I've been a warehouse worker. I've built power harnesses. I've been an inventory clerk. I've been a shipping and receiving person. I've been a purchasing manager. I've been a payroll manager. I've been a financial advisor. I've done odd jobs. I've done road construction. I've done concrete construction. I was a bagger at a grocery store. And you know, I've been a production assistant on video or on film sets. I've been a set decorator, an art department assistant. I've been a gaffer. I've been a grip. I've been an electrician. I've been a best boy. I've been a key grip. I've been a boom operator. I've been a camera operator. I've done all sorts of different stuff. And the reason I was able to do all that stuff and do what I'm doing now is because I never quit. And the reason I never quit was because I had something to fight for. I had a cause, I had a purpose to work and to not quit. So I guess instead of don't quit, it should be like identify your purpose. Okay? Have a purpose in your life. For me, the purpose and the reason that I do everything I do is Liesel and the kids. Again, providing for them and giving them the opportunities and the things and the chances that I feel that they deserve, that I want for them, that I didn't necessarily have or take advantage of when I was younger. I want to give them those opportunities now. Okay? Do you think, and like Nate, if you're still watching, you talked about this in I think it was a Facebook post earlier today about like working through lunch, not because you're behind, but because you want to get ahead and all these kinds of things. You don't do that kind of stuff if you don't have a purpose. If there's nothing that you're working towards or trying to serve and help. Okay? So for me, mine again is my family, and knowing that I have incredible experience and insight and understanding of how the world works, how people's minds work, and all these kinds of things, that I can serve so many people. Late last week, I think it was Friday or Saturday. I thought maybe it was Sunday, but it wasn't Sunday because that was just a couple days ago. But like, I was having a Voxer conversation with one of my dear friends who's in this Voxer group that I've been doing for over a year now. I've been going into this Voxer group for over a year, pretty much every day, sharing thoughts, insights, messages of encouragement, all those kinds of things. And she and I were talking individually outside of the group. And from that conversation and the things that I said and told her, it was incredible. Again, I just had it revealed again to me. What's up, Gail? How are you? I had it reiterated to me that I'm pretty good at what I do and that I want to serve and help and coach people. I don't know what type of coaching I define that as, because it's like a mixture of business and marketing stuff, but also life and outlook and mindset coaching. And it's just one of those, as the more I have those experiences, I know that that is my purpose and that's what I'm building towards. You know, I'm going to be retired from making videos for people like me, doing the camera work and doing the editing. Like, I have a shoot next week, and that might be, I think I might have a retirement press conference after that one is done, because it's just too much time and not enough. I'm not serving people at my highest level at doing that anymore. Not that I'm not going to help people with video. I'm just not going to be doing the camera work and doing the editing. I will be the facilitator, the producer, and bring in my team to help people execute those things. But I just can't do that anymore because it's not the best use of my time, right? So, you know, I have my purpose. and that is to serve and uplift and encourage and inspire people to take action. Okay? Aaron says, presser! Absolutely, we need to have a press conference. But then, working without purpose, you have to have that. Now that I really, truly understand my purpose, that changes what I do and how I do things. Like, I want you guys to be massive action takers, for me to teach you a principle or show you something, and then you guys do it. And I don't have to sit here and twist your arm and say, you guys need to tell your stories or all these kinds of things like you hear me preach all the time. But instead, you take action. So here's a little side story. Over the weekend on Saturday, my buddy Russell Brunson was speaking at a Tony Robbins event called National Achievers Conference. It was in Atlanta. And he gave a presentation. There were 6,000 people there. And Russell told the story about my Facebook Live Secrets launch. The things that I did, and used it as a case study of how to do it correctly. And that it works and stuff like that, right? Now, some people saw that and were inspired by it. Like, that is so awesome, and were happy for me. Others, even though they didn't say it straight to my face, I could tell they did not like the fact that I got that exposure. Not that they didn't want me to have it, but that it was more like, why can't I? Why him? Why? Oh, he only got it because he knows Russell Brunson. That's why, right? I'll tell you why I got it. You want to know why? Because I did. I took action. I implement. I execute. It's one thing to be inspired and get a bunch of ideas. It's another to just sit on them and not do anything with it. Okay? And that's why I was able to get that exposure. Because I did. I took action. And by doing so, it was visible and people saw it. Okay? That's what I want to inspire and get people to do themselves. Right? So have that purpose. So if you've joined us late, what's up, Oren? The lessons I've learned, that was number 4. Number 1 was be present. Number 2 was to have your priorities set and communicate them correctly. Number 3, was that only the third one? I think it was. Oh no, I just lost track. Is to have a purpose. Okay? And the last thing that I want to leave with you guys before I go get ready to go out to dinner is serve. When you serve people, amazing things happen. Whether if it's your spouse or your significant other or your kids, or if it's the community that you live in, or if it's the community and the tribe and the followers and the customers, the clients that you serve and have. Serve them. Do the dishes. Read the bedtime stories. Hop on a call with them. Give and serve, and good things will follow. I have never gone and done any type of service for somebody, whether it's Liesel or the kids or somebody in my neighborhood or somebody in my church or somebody in the state or a client or somebody that I've never met before and spent some time to be a listening ear for them. I have never gone out and done service for somebody and felt bad afterwards. It's humanly impossible to go and serve and give of yourself and sacrifice of your time or your talents or your abilities or something for the benefit of somebody else. It is impossible to do that and not have a good experience. To not have a grown perspective. To not have a deeper appreciation for the things that you have and who you are. It's impossible. Okay? It is. I dare you to go and put that to the test. Go out and serve. Not just do something so that you don't look for a way to have it be a bad experience. Go out and serve somebody, and I dare you to come back and tell me that it was a horrible experience. Okay? It's just that's just life and human nature. Okay? Aaron says, if you don't know how to serve, you don't know how to find true happiness. And it's absolutely true. The growth that I had last year, service was a huge part of it. I spent hours and hours and hours on video calls and on phone calls with people that never translated directly into a dollar of business. But guess what? They sent people who did have money, all of those things, and I was able to get clients. And then just like by putting yourself out there, the whole karma thing, right? It's absolutely true that what you put out, you receive. And when you serve and you give, other people come into your lives and they will ask to partner with you. They will give you value in return. They will hire you. Okay? So if I were to summarize 17 years of marriage with 4 words, those are the words that I would choose. Be present. Have your priorities set and communicated. Know your purpose. And serve. If you can do those 4 things, whether it's in the next 17 days, 17 hours, or 17 years, good things will happen. You're going to make mistakes. I make tons of them still. I just am a doofus with lots of things, especially when it comes to being a husband and a father. But as I remind myself of those 4 things and make them a priority and a focus in what I do, amazing things will happen in my relationships at home, but in my relationships with my clients. I will continue to attract the right ones, the perfect clients. Okay? Aaron loves it. You are very welcome, my friend. You are the man. So that's my spiel for today. I just wanted to share that with you, knowing that it's been a minute. If you missed at the beginning, I'll just cap it up. I missed last week. I had so many things going on that going live was hard. You can tell that I'm in a different setup than I usually have because I have a different camera that doesn't go into my computer and all my lights. So I'm using my laptop camera for right now. But I also wanted to do it to have more empathy for people who have not been doing this every day, so that as I felt that anxiety of going back live again, is anybody going to watch all those things, so I can better serve and help you, but then also to see how engagement works when there's been a break, so that I can better serve. So, you guys are awesome. Thank you, Aaron, for the happy anniversary. We'll have some fun. You guys remember, all it takes is just one story, one conversation, one thing to change your life and to impact so many others. Get out there and do some good. And I promise you'll have an amazing day. We'll see you guys tomorrow.